Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to My Crazy Dad podcast number 5.
Holla for $1.
What? So this is like our 15th take on this episode because we kept saying names. Stuff was all messed up.
Yep.
So
Shit in the wrong files.
yeah. So basically, we pretty much said this in the last take, but we have to re-record everything because we tried Wednesday. Today's Friday. We have to record this on the day it's going up because because we have to
Wednesday sucked.
yeah.
Plain and simple.
So basically, if you saw the TikTok or Instagram, you'll know this segment coming up. But we decided to, or actually, I decided to see what it would look like if we decided to try and draw Earth by memory. And I had gotten like an idea off like an Instagram thing that was like, we asked 1,000 people to draw the Earth, blah blah blah. So basically,
Blah blah blah.
that's what we were aiming for, right? Like that's Earth.
Yes.
So
It's flat.
that is yours.
Yes.
Every
Beautiful
time I look
rendition,
at it,
isn't it?
It still makes me laugh. You know what? Your Greenland, if it was a little bigger, it would have been proportionate.
It would have been spot on.
'Cause
I know my freaking islands, man.
If you look at the right one, like the Mercator makes it look like Greenland's huge.
I can't see that shit from here. You kidding me?
You know what I'm talking about, though. The one
Yes.
to the northeast of Canada.
Yes.
But it's actually pretty small. So that's good. But once again, you thought the North Pole was its own piece of land.
Well, you know. It's been a while since I've been up there visiting Santa.
Oh, we also got to explain. Our dog Winston decided to slobber on the page as he was drawing it, so that's why.
Yeah, it kind of looks like scary fingerprints.
Right. And then on the left side of it, you drew Russia and Asia
And Japan.
and the Oceanic
And Hawaii.
all in one thing.
In Australia. Well, but on the right side, in my defense,
Hold on. Stop yelling into the mic.
on the right side, in my defense, is what's supposed to be attached to the left side there.
Well, yeah. So if people didn't understand that, that's a good way of explaining it. What you see to the left of the states, let's just forget about Mexico, I guess.
Yeah, I just went with one sheet of paper instead of two, like you.
Well, the thing was, is I drew mine too big at first, but you forgot Mexico.
Yeah, I just drew a line down to South America.
That's it. You're just like, done deal.
Yeah, to hell with Mexico.
Um,
And the Panama Canal and shit, you know?
right. I mean, you could fit Central American countries in that little line.
Yeah.
And your Florida is way longer than the Texas. Anyhow, that was yours, right? And then this one, that one's mine. I'll make it a little bigger.
And in my defense, it's been 40 years since I've been to school, so.
Okay. So, I'm actually going to get rid of that because everyone kind of knows what the Earth looks like. Dude, my Canada is so bad.
You know, your Mexico's not the most beautiful thing either, bub.
What do you mean? That's pretty good. Look,
Oh, stop.
look at that.
It's horrible. No curvature, nothing.
There is curvature.
Your Africa looks better than mine. Mine looks like a straight-on ice cream cone.
I'd say mine is pretty good. Other than like, I
Your
forgot a bunch of
Italy's
different-
jacked.
Yeah, I just kind of drew a boot. I was like, I know it's the boot, so yeah. My Ireland is also tiny, tiny, tiny. But I drew it. And then Iceland, Greenland. The Nordic countries, I just kind of was like, woom, woom, woom.
Yeah.
Drew like the balloons that the clowns use. Do you know which ones? The skinny ones?
Oh, yeah, the skinny ones that they can make animals with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what mine looks like. So yeah, that was our rendition of Earth, basically. I mean, my Africa was pretty weird. We forgot about Madagascar.
And
too.
I'm not a good drawer anyway.
Well, I don't think
I
making
draw
shapes
a stick
is
figure
drawing.
and people would be like, what the hell is that?
Well, that's the same for me, but drawing a shape is not the same as drawing, like, a thing.
Dude, I can't even draw an orange. Come on. Or an apple. I can do a mean banana.
How can you draw a banana circle?
I don't know.
Anyhow,
Ancient Chinese secret.
that was our rendition of the states. And
Hey, where'd we go?
I don't
Where'd we
mean like
go?
the U.S. states. If you don't know the definition of a state, it's like a sovereign country, right? A state.
I don't know. Well, how can a state be a country?
Not the
States make
U.S.
up countries.
states. No. Oh, my word. Do you not know what a state is?
State of mind.
The state of a country. Like sovereign. Okay, whatever. I guess I'm the only person that knows this. Well, actually, there's probably people watching that know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm sure there are. Just because I don't mean other people won't.
I'm pretty sure if a country is independent, it's a sovereign state.
I don't know. Look it up.
Okay, I'll search it up real quick. And then we'll get into your first story.
My first story.
So, sovereign.
So I hope everybody out there's doing good, even though you can't see me. Because some freaking big-ass map's blocking us.
A sovereign state is a political entity that is represented by one centralized government that has sovereignty over a geographic area.
Okay.
So you have to have a permanent population. Did you hear Winston?
Yeah.
I don't know if they will, but that was pretty funny. Define
Just out of
territory.
nowhere, Winston.
One government in the capacity to enter into relations with other sovereign states. So, a country is a state, basically.
Yep.
But we have states in the U.S. that is a state.
Then that aren't sovereign.
Huh?
They aren't sovereign either. I'm just being an idiot. Let's go on.
I mean, you got a point.
I don't want to get political.
Well, I don't think that's politics.
No. That's true.
That's geography.
Yes. And our dog, I don't know if you can hear Winston in the background, but he's barking at somebody.
Okay, so we'll get into your first story. But states have their own rule. Okay. Well, not really.
Stop with the state shit.
Okay. What's your first story you got
we're
for
back.
us?
Pardon me. Well, at the bottom of Seneca Lake in Watkins Glen, there's a park there, and people could camp there. They had places for campers and stuff, and Grandma and Grandpa had one of those pop-up campers back in the day. And even though they lived in Watkins Glen, they just traveled to the little park there in Watkins Glen every now and then to set up. And
Right.
we'd go down there and spend the day with them, and go swimming in the lake and stuff. And they had tennis courts, and one of the things we used to do was go play tennis with whoever was there from the family. And this one time, my aunt and uncle were there, and my younger brother and I were out there trying to learn how to play tennis with them. They were the pros, and they'd hit the ball over the net, and my brother and I would try to just cream a home run with them. And they kept telling us, just hit it easy. And as we all already know, we didn't listen to our adults in the family, for some reason. We're just like, and so they'd hit it over the net, and we'd cream it. And
Quiet down a little bit.
one of our uncles would have, our uncle or aunt would have to go outside the fence because we'd hit it up over the chain link, and they'd have to go find the ball and come back. And they're actually, they were getting upset with us, but they were still patient with us. And because, my one uncle, he used to get pretty impatient with us pretty quick, which I can understand why. We were freaking heathen hellions back then and didn't listen. But my aunt hit the ball over, and it was going towards my brother, and she goes, now remember, hit it soft. And he creamed this freaking ball, and I watched this thing go, yeah, and hit my aunt right in the nose, and her nose just exploded, gushing blood everywhere. My uncle's like, what are you doing? And my aunt's down on the ground, rolling around, crying and bleeding everywhere. And my uncle's just, that's the last time we're ever playing tennis together, you little shit. Go find your mom. And so my uncle, not my brother and I, we're just sitting there laughing because our aunt's down on the ground with a broken nose, just gushing blood everywhere, and my brother done it. I mean, he didn't mean to do it,
Right.
but one of the other things is when you're, I think we're like 6. I was like 6 or 7 at the time, and he was 5 or 6. You don't really understand hit it easy. A kid hitting it easy is a lot less than a guy, an adult hitting it easy. A kid's like hits it easy and it goes 2 feet and hits the ground and rolls to a stop,
Right.
We know we got to hit this damn thing hard to get it over the net.
And were they hitting it hard, or was it like an underhand hit?
No, it's just, like a little lob hits to us, but we're like...
Dude, but a lob hit's like one of those ones that it's like coming, it's like a softball toss. You gotta crank it.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're playing like baseball and you're tossing them like that, dude, you gotta crank those things.
Yeah, because there's not very much velocity to begin with.
And I used to play tennis. I played it for 1 year, senior year, and I loved it. And it's a fun sport. It's hard. I used to think like they were like pussies, and then I played it and I was like, wow, okay, this is actually really hard. But
a lot of activity to it.
The better I got, it was harder to hit soft balls than it was hard balls.
Yes.
Like the more and more you play, I was more comfortable with a ball like hitting a line ball coming right at me and moving back and hitting it, compared to one that I had to wait on. That weight really got me. I'd either whiff it or I'd shank it somewhere. But yeah, soft balls, as much as like if I was in like a round or something and I saw that coming, it was so hard not to be like, wham!
Yes,
dude,
that's what she said.
It's just so...
Nobody likes soft balls.
Okay, dude. But yeah, that was pretty funny. I can't believe you're on, like...
I prefer a good hard ball to a softball any day.
To your face, though?
No.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a softball. Well, when we say softball, we don't mean the big softball, like the game softball. We're talking like...
I think they understand that.
Yeah, between soft tennis balls and hard tennis balls.
Well, I don't even think there's hard tennis balls.
Well, there's some that are a little
like that.
Yeah, but I mean they're full. They have more air in them than others, so they hit a little bit harder.
Oh, okay.
Is what
I
I
didn't
mean.
know that. Have you ever watched the slow mo of one getting hit?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It like flattens out and then gets sent. And while it's in the air, it's like this. It's like a golf ball.
yeah.
A golf ball
like
cool stretched
taken
out too.
Yeah.
I really want to try golfing, dude.
Golf,
it'd be so fun to just go to a driving range and just...
I always sucked at golf, but it was fun.
Right.
Especially when your uncle and I'd be... I mean, there's some golf stories down the road coming up about your uncle and I out playing golf. Holy shit.
So what's the second
story? We like
story?
to stop at the turnaround and get more beer.
I mean, if you're not drinking and playing golf, then are you really having fun?
Some people do, and those are the people that take it serious and make damn good money doing it.
Right, but I'm talking about like if you go out with your buddies, I feel like you kind of are supposed to drink.
Oh yeah, just not as much as your uncle and I used to.
You guys are hammered out there trying to hit it.
There's a couple times we had to take a little nap in the parking lot before we even tried to drive home.
Okay, what's your second story you got?
Well, going back to the days of making ourselves look really poor and filthy and stuff.
Beat up.
It's like the chicken story. We'd go out and we'd get ourselves all nasty looking and stuff, and we used to go door to door, knocking on the doors, asking people if they had any spare food they could give us. And we'd come home, and before Mom would get home, and we'd put the stuff away in the cabinets and stuff, and she was never none the wiser what we thought. But she came home one day just as we got home, and we each had a big old grocery bag full of food, So my two brothers and I, we had 3 bags of food, and she's like, "Where'd you guys get the food?" And we're like, somebody left it on the store step. She goes, no. She goes, I've been noticing food showing up that I know I didn't buy, and I'd really like to know where the hell it's coming from. And so we ended up having to tell her, while we go door to door begging for food. And she got so pissed. She actually made us try to remember where we got each piece of, like, each canned good or something to take it back. And when, we finally talked her out of it, we're like, we don't remember who gave us what, and it's not like we can just go back and give somebody something else,
Right, yeah.
But she was so, I work 2 damn jobs, and just like the chicken place, I don't need you out begging for any friggin' food. And you make me look bad, and you embarrass the family.
Quiet down a little bit.
And you embarrass the family, and it's just one of the things we used to do, just to see what we could get and get away with, I mean, we never figured Mom realized that there was other shit showing up in the cupboards that she hadn't bought, but I guess she'd been looking at it for a while trying to figure out if there was food fairies coming to the house or what.
Dude, the amount of cans that we have in our freaking pantry.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's on me.
Yeah, you just keep buying them.
I didn't last time.
Well, okay.
I just bought some cabbage and some squash for me for lunches.
But literally, like, I go and open that Lazy Susan, and it's cans.
Well, that's what it's for.
Yeah, but there's so many cans that Mom and I are definitely not going to eat. So that's on you.
Oh, well, like the mini raviolis and stuff, I'll eat a can every now and then.
Yeah, but you buy so many of them.
Well, when they're on sale for $1 a piece, hell yeah. I mean, I was talking to your mom the other night about it, because I think it was last night, when I have a bunch of Papa's socks, your Papa's socks now.
Yeah.
The ankle socks. And she asked her mom, why did Dad need so many socks? And she didn't know. And I think a lot of it has to stem with he grew up in the Depression, didn't have much.
Right.
And then, once Mom married my stepdad and we moved to the farm, we really didn't have a lot. Our clothes were mostly bought at the Salvation Army and Goodwill and stuff. And I'd always said once I grow up and get my own job and I can afford nice stuff, that's what I'm going to have, because I didn't have it when I was growing up. That's why, all my sneakers are Nikes and stuff, and they're not sponsoring us or anything, but, I didn't have what I wanted growing up.
Right.
But then I was telling, one Christmas, being on a farm, I wanted a pair of overalls, the jean overalls.
Yeah.
And so I asked for those for Christmas, and I actually got them. And but a big guy in overalls is not a pretty picture. I look like a complete freaking doof walking. Hey, look at me, I'm Farmer Sean.
Yeah.
But I was happy because it was like one of my first brand new things of clothing I'd gotten in a long time.
Right.
So I wore that things all the time. But then I got to thinking too, living on a dairy farm and dealing with manure, as one of our friends, manure, you don't want to buy new clothes anyways,
because they're going to get ruined.
Yeah, they're just going to, why pay $30 for a pair of jeans if you're just going to go out and have cow shit all over them,
Mm-hmm. How did we segue into this?
Why I have so many canned goods in the thing.
Oh.
If something was to happen, or, it's just nice knowing that there's something there whenever need be,
Right.
A few some things, I mean, yeah, there's soup, raviolis and SpaghettiOs and veggies.
I think that's one thing. Like, if I ever had money, and like if you do this, no hate. I'm just saying. I personally think it's dumb to spend like grands upon grands on clothes like Gucci and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, even if I had a shit ton of money, I'd still just buy my Levi's and my Nikes. You know, I'm not gonna go for the Jay-Z's and shit. You know, and
The Jay-Z's,
or whatever. What's his sneakers?
Jordans.
No.
Kanye.
Yeah, the Kanye. What's his sneakers?
Well, those are pretty cheap now, except for resale.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't
Yeezys.
spend $200-300. I mean, I get my sneakers at Burlington Coat Factory, where my Nikes are like $30-40. I still, even though I
Well,
could,
you also wear a huge shoe, which is hard to find in most stores, anyways.
yeah, I mean, it's a 14.
Right. So you have to go like.
I started out at 11, but the heavier I got, the more they got spread out to hold my stature.
No, your toes are long.
Yeah, no, I got some big gnarly feet,
You got some
especially
chicken
my
legs,
hammer
too.
toe.
You got
I
some
could
chicken
probably
legs.
latch onto a tree branch like a sloth with my hammer toe.
Dude, I love sloths.
Sloths are cool.
But yeah, if I had money, I just wouldn't spend it on like clothing like that. I'd probably buy like a nice car. See, this is another thing. I don't want a Lamborghini or anything. I would just take like a Tesla or a
Yeah, you know, I
A
would
new
like
Supra.
a nice little SUV or something. Just well, I'd actually probably get a pickup truck because I wouldn't mind having a camper to pull around and go camping with every now and then,
right.
or just get a little RV and pull the car behind it. I mean, I don't need much more than our Camry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd be fine. Like a Tesla, dude. I love Teslas.
Maybe a Kia Stinger.
No, those things are so ugly.
They're not ugly. Shut up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, kid.
I do know what I'm talking about, and those things are ugly. I remember when they were unveiling it, everyone's like, "Oh my god, they're making a 2-door Kia," and then they show that, and it's like, dude, literally, what are you doing?
The new K5s are pretty good looking.
I haven't seen those.
But if I was to get an SUV, I like the Tellurides. Those are a pretty good looking SUV.
The what?
What is it? I think Hyundai makes it, or Kia, Telluride.
I have.
It's
no
a little
clue.
bit bigger SUV, but it's a good looking unit.
I love the RAV4s, dude.
Yes, and I like the new Broncos coming out.
It depends on which ones. Like the sports are so ugly.
No, they're not.
No, you know which ones I'm talking about.
Yeah,
The ones that don't look like a Jeep, and they literally just look like a
they look more
Wrangler.
like a Renegade.
Yeah, Renegade. Sorry, yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Dude, I don't even know. They went so unoriginal. Like the original Bronco
Well,
is
plus
not
it's-
a Jeep.
Plus, it's built on a Ford Explorer frame. They couldn't even put a new frame under it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. We gotta get. How do we go on rants like this, dude? We gotta get way better at that, dude. Okay. Well, how long does that say? 25 minutes? 23? Oh, I'll say this real quick. I'm actually thinking about starting an F1 podcast for myself
Cool.
because I've gotten so much into that sport, dude. If you watch F1,
He's getting quite the setup going.
yeah, for sim, but well, it's not quite the setup. It's just like a beginner. It's a Thrustmaster T150 with the T3PA Thrustmaster pedals. Dude, it's so fun doing launches, holding in the clutch and the
Yeah.
gas, because I can literally. Oh, I love that.
And at some point, if I can get the stuff, we're going to do a father-son racing podcast
No, not
or
podcast.
stream.
Well, we don't even have to do that. Just something with us racing.
Yes.
That would be kind of crazy. I would love to. I just want to get to this point real quick. I want to get to a point in my life where I can help those around me.
Yes.
So, like, if I ever did do a racing thing, there's a couple people in my head that I'd be like, wow, I want to get them on board. I want to help them out. Like, if it picked up,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'd like to be like a F1 reporter. You know, like those people that like.
It's always
write
nice
articles
helping
and
other
stuff.
people anyway.
But yeah, there's a point in my life where I want to get to where like the generations of my kids, like 1 or 2, whatever, will have enough money to do whatever they want, and then except buy materialistic shit because I will rise from the grave and pimp slap them. And then help my friends and people that have helped me. Like there's like 3 friends. Can you stop doing that to the camera? Dude, they probably that's so creepy. That's not even funny, dude. That's just creepy. I'm talking about something serious. That's the mic that I use. Why you got to do that?
I didn't get anything on it.
You just friggin' put your mouth all over it.
My mouth is dry right now.
Okay, whatever. See, because now I have to put that back, and that's what I have to use.
There's nothing on it.
It doesn't matter. You were still freaking deep throating the thing.
No, I wasn't deep throating it.
Anyhow,
I was far from deep throating it.
If you guys are interested in watching like an F1 thing, or I'm thinking about doing a website and just writing articles about it too. Dad, stop. No. I'm about to end the episode. Stop it.
I see dead people.
No, you don't.
They're
Stop.
everywhere.
Dad, what are you doing? You're going to make me mad. Stop it. I'm being serious. Stop.
I love everybody.
Okay, I'm going to stop it. If you keep doing that, I'm going to end it without being nice to the people.
Okay, well, just in case. Everybody that's still watching our shit, greatly appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying it. Love y'all. Peace, prosperity to everybody.
Peace and prosperity.
Hey, I'm lazy. I drop words when I want.
Okay, well, that's going to be it for episode 5. We'll see you guys next Friday for episode 6. Hopefully, next episode, he doesn't deep throat the mic and start talking about creepy stuff.
Everybody have a great weekend and a great week next week.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.